Coach's Corner with ECISD Athletic Coordinator Todd Vesely.
We're going to sit and chat with Coach Gary Gain. Welcome back to the show, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
And congratulations on a big road win.
It was a good win. El Paso, El Dorado really did play well, and they had some very fine athletes. Some of them looked even better in person than what they looked like on film. And I don't think that we saw anything out of them that we had not seen on video, but they played really well, and they were excited to play us, of course. And there's not been an El Paso team that's beat Permian out there since 1960, and I think they felt like that they were going to be the team to do it, and got doggone close, I can tell you.
Well, anytime you can get a road trip and a win in the playoffs is a big deal, isn't it?
It is, and officiating was good. We had rocked along the past month and had not been penalized very heavily, and we had 70 yards of penalties in this game, and we had a holding penalty on the 1 yard line going in the first half, and got that call back. That's when Taylor Martin came in and kicked the field goal, and so the officiating was fine. You know, it was a neutral chapter. Neither chapter had not officiated any game for them or us. So, but it was just an exciting game, and you know, that 99-yard drive at the tail end of the thing with 5 minutes to go in the game was really exciting. Not so much for me, but I'm sure for the fans. And Tommy Morris really came in and gave us a boost in the Wildcat formation, and not only running, but dragging people along as he did run. And had some big plays as a wide receiver. Nebo had a big 40-yard reception on that drive. And but you know, we averaged 2 yards a carry offensively in a running game, and you just can't. We're just not as efficient offensively when we don't have a good running game that has a little bit more consistency. And we were 50% of our passes and had 233 yards, but we had well under 100 yards rushing, and we'd like to have better balance than that. But you got to give El Dorado credit. They had some good defensive linemen. They really stacked it, and that's one reason that we had some success throwing the football.
Now, that last 99-yard drive came from about the half-yard line.
We were on the half-yard line. I think it was a little over 5 minutes to go, maybe 6, and I think it was maybe it was a 9-play drive. And Tommy got, when we got down inside, after we threw the wheel route to Nebo, we got in the Wildcat with Tommy as the quarterback and moved Pipes out to wide receiver. And he made about a 10-yard carry, but he fumbled the ball and got back on it. So that kind of caused everybody a little bit of nervous condition. But the touchdown run that he had, he just, I mean, there were 3 or 4 guys on top of him. He just kind of drug them into the end zone, and certainly a big play there.
Well, I heard one of our longtime Permian fans said, well, Mojo showed up on that last drive.
The last drive, finally. I was really impressed with Kobe Pyron. He averaged over 45 yards a punt and really pinned them down in their territory several times. Richard Murray blocked a field goal in I believe the second quarter, and that was, it turns, you know, there was just a lot of big plays. So, you know, a lot of times big plays makes a huge difference in the outcome of a game, and we made our share of them.
Well, when you get a big play in the kicking game, that's huge in the playoffs, isn't it, Coach?
It really is. It really is. And you know, the turnovers that we had, we had 3 passes intercepted, and you know, we got to clean that up. There's some things that we've got to do better. I don't think there's any question, and they highlighted a few things that we need to improve on, and so we'll go back to work today and try to get it cleaned up.
You know, the offense always leads the discussion and you know, is the easy one for everyone to see, but the Permian defense really kept you in the game, didn't they?
They really did, and we yielded some yards, but they were, most of the time it was between the 20s and usually between the 30s. Riley Lambert had just an incredible game. He had, I don't know, I left my figures at home at the office, so I don't know how many tackles he had off the top of my head, but he had a great game. Brendan Welch came up with another big interception, and We just, Haston Wood had a big sack there late in the game, and so there were big plays on both sides of the game, as well as both sides of the ball, as well as in the special teams area. So we made the plays when we needed to make them, and that's a tribute to our guys.
Well, I guess the key in the playoffs is to keep getting better and keep moving on.
It is, you know, and I think that we're excited about playing Arlington Martin Saturday at 1 o'clock at Shotwell and Abilene, and finally got that nailed down yesterday. And I heard a little bit of Coach King's show earlier, and that's a very good football district that the Arlington schools are in. They beat Halterman by district 55-6 or something, and they are very talented. They've got speed galore on both sides of the football. They've got an incredible kicker, and I think the key to their offense is their tailback, a kid named Denzel Williams. Great speed. It's an unusual spread offense. It's nothing that we have seen exactly. They run it a lot more than they throw it. It's more of a running offense from a shotgun formation. They'll throw it, but it's just not close to 50-50. You know, it's probably up more like 80-20 run. So defensively is where they've really got a lot of the great athletes over there. Some of them are undersized, but the defensive front is good-sized guys, but they're all quick, and most of them can really run. And heavy blitz. I mean, they bring them from every direction and play a lot of man-to-man coverage and hope that they can get to your quarterback before he has time to see a receiver that might be breaking open. So we've got our hands full on both sides of the football, and they have never been past the by-district round until last week when they beat Haltom, and I'm sure they're wanting to try to notch another one up this week. So we need to have all of our fans come out to Shotwell on Saturday and give us a boost.
I know the fans like to make the trip to Abilene. That's kind of been Permian Panthers' home in the playoffs in the past, hasn't it?
It has. Back before, you know, especially since back when everybody had grass fields. You know, when we were here last, you know, they still had grass. We had turf, and they had turf in the Metroplex. So typically, this time of the year, Abilene wouldn't have any grass left on their field, you know, because the ACU played out there, Cooper and Abilene High. So we'd always kind of go home and home with those people in the Metroplex. But this is a great venue. They've really updated their stadium nicely, and you know, and it's an easy drive for both us and Arlington people.
Well, is there any additional excitement with all of this controversy over where we're going to play and when?
No, I think it was, you know, we had decided that we would play in Abilene. We agreed to it. Obviously, he wanted to play Friday night since we played on Saturday, and he had played on Thursday. And, you know, we didn't want to play on Friday because, you know, we had a short weekend to prepare for the game. So he won the flip, but as it turned out, Abilene gave the stadium away on their Friday that he wanted, so kind of got them in a pickle and had to play at 1 o'clock on Saturday, which is exactly what we wanted. And certainly there wasn't any collusion between Ector County and Abilene on the thing, but it did work out well.
It worked out well for us.
It sure did. Well,
Coach, it should be exciting in Shotwell Stadium.
It will be.
Well, Coach, congratulations and good luck at Shotwell.
Thank you, sir.